seemed like I was doing better when I wasn't trying so hard, you know? Now that I got all the bells and whistles going, the numbers keep going down. So I just don't know. I look at all the advice. I've been doing this YouTube thing for, let's see, maybe 6 weeks, 8 weeks maybe. And it runs hot and cold. And I wonder if it's like trying to find correlation with something random. You can always find it. People will say, well, it's because of the sunspots. Maybe that's what's wrong with my YouTube numbers. It's the sunspots. But I haven't noticed a lot of activity, I mean more than usual, on the sun, to the extent that I paid any attention to it. I used to watch it more because it does affect shortwave propagation, one of my hobbies. Anyway, looking at the numbers, they go up, they go down, and they're kind of low right now. Timing, when do I put something up? And the advice is pretty consistent about what you need to do is solve somebody's problem. You need to present to them the question, I'm old, I don't have a lot of money, for instance. I'm old, I don't have a lot of money, and I got to retire because I can't keep working. So what do I do? Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. What do you do? I know what I did. I have to get over a reluctance to suggest to other people that they do what I did. I retired to South America. It made sense from a couple of standpoints. I want to continue learning Spanish at a very slow rate, but when you're immersed in it, it makes it a lot easier to learn slowly. And it's economical down here in southern Ecuador, in Loja province, in the little village of Vilcabamba, where it's another kind of a misty day. Yeah, there's quite a bit of fog on the hills out there to the east, or is that the west? No, that's the east. The sun sets to my back. Maybe I'm disoriented because I'm in the southern hemisphere. But I do have some coffee. That's good. That's one of the blessings here. So I guess the subject is how do you retire when you ain't got much money? I have about the average Social Security. And down here, according to the rules, you need to have about 1,500, 14 and a half, to be a jubilado, a jubilant, a jubilado, a retiree. For that visa, you need 1,450, I think, and another couple of hundred for each dependent you bring in, like a wife, if she's on your visa. No wife here. I get to spend all the money myself. And it doesn't really spend very rapidly here. Take a look at a map. Tell Google, give me a map, and look and see where I am. If you look at the upper left of South America, see where Panama just barely touches Colombia? Yeah, well, we're south of that a little bit. We're the next country south from Colombia. I think that's Colombia. It's taken me a few years to learn the geography down here. So when you come down, I think it's better in every respect I can think of. Socially, yeah, plenty of people to talk to. Met a new person from London yesterday. A young person. Anything below 40 is very young. They start looking like teenagers if they're below 40. This gentleman from London, he works on railroads, works on British Rail, and that was cool. He was down here for a visit. He's not quite ready to retire. He needs to make more money, but he likes the place. I expect he'll come down here eventually. And there was another regular here, a guy named Roger, who's from London also. So I introduced the two, and they were talking for hours about London, I guess, or being English expatriates. Lots of people down here to talk to. I describe it as an old folks' home with a Spanish theme, and plenty of fellow citizens of the tercera edad, the third time of life. Their phrase for golden years, años de oro. That doesn't quite work in Spanish. We're right next to Oro province, the gold province. Why is it better down here to retire? Much less expensive. It really is a third to a quarter of what it is up north in North America. And Europe's pretty much the same expense as North America. Vegetables and fruit, which because of my dental status, I eat more and more of, and I think it's better for you. I do have hamburger now and then, hamburger and pasta, but I'm losing weight. I don't know if you've got the yo-yo weight like I do, but it seems like every other day somebody says, "Are you losing weight?" Or they say, "Are you putting weight on?" Well, lately they're saying, "Are you losing weight?" And I think I am. The love handles have shrunk. Maybe it's from lack of use, who knows. But it's maybe from a reduced appetite. I got to get out and walk more. I'll be 80 next month, about 5 weeks from now. And I guess across the board, I'm doing pretty well for an 80-year-old. That's what people tell me, and I knock on wood, I'll stay that way for a while. But it's made it a lot easier coming down here. I watch on YouTube. Don't we all watch YouTube? I watch the plight of people up north that are old, and the ones that don't have much money, their situation is kind of dire. They're on the road living on a vehicle of some kind. Not just because of money, but if you run out of money, you can't quite handle that $2,500 a month mortgage. That's just about everybody that's paying a mortgage up north is paying more for the mortgage than I need as income to live very well down here. 2-bedroom apartment, 2.5 bath, all tile, modern kitchen, all of that stuff. $400 a month. And I make more than 4 times that. So I'm back at that old rule of thumb. Once I guess they said 1/5 of your income for rent, and then they said 1/4. And now I think they stopped talking about it because it's up to 1/2 for a lot of people. But anyway, you can do it for 1/5 down here, and the other expatriates tell me I'm paying too much. So, you want a bottle of gas that does your cooking for a month? $3. $3 or $4. Yeah, $3. The bottle costs $50, but the refilling of it costs a couple of dollars. So it's practically free, like a lot of things. I was sitting out in front of Charlie's, Charlie's restaurant. Maybe I'll put a sketch in. And I sketched somebody at the next table. Guy's been here forever, just like me. And while we're sitting there, the vegetable truck, fruit and vegetable truck comes up. A big box truck comes down from Zamora, about an hour's drive from us, and that's where a lot of produce comes from, and we get it. It goes to the market in Loja. And this guy picks up some of that and brings it down and sells it out of his truck. So I got some avocados and some papas, potatoes, and a few other things. Very convenient. And if you don't want to, if you're willing to walk further than that, you can go over to Maria y Papitos, and they have vegetables. And if you want to go even further, there's Mary Soul on the other side of the park. This really is a village, like people are supposedly nostalgic for up north. As that civilization becomes more and more estranged from its roots in little villages. But this really is one. Physically, and in the sense that you get to know everybody and you encounter them every day because we're walking across town or walking to the grocery store, and we encounter each other and we can stop and talk. That's very nice. That's very healthy. I think that does as much for my health as the nice diet. Just to live a normal human life versus, I mean, you have to drive up north. That's ridiculous, especially if the gas price is going to shoot up like it apparently is. Well, that's ridiculous. My eyes are going, so I'm in the right place for that. I'm not going to be driving. I got night blindness. It costs too much to have a car anyway. It's just, so anyway, if you're old, you don't have a lot of money, seem to go together, really, really, really investigate coming down to South America. I think Ecuador is probably the prime spot. And I have to tell you, ignore the headlines. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on, but if you're in the United States and you say there's a lot of stuff going on in this part of the country, well, there's nothing going on in another part of the country, crime-wise. And we don't see any down here in the southern part. We're not on the way to anywhere, so we're doing pretty good. Check it out, do some research online, and don't be the frog in the boiling water. The water heats up and the frog doesn't notice it, and pretty soon it's in boiling water, and it still remembers the old days when it wasn't quite so hot. And that's going to happen to you if you don't make moves. So good luck to you. I hope you have a good day now, and I hope you plan for a good day tomorrow. Hasta la vista próxima. Until the next time, ciao.